When you are on the go, you need your credit union to be right there with you. Hughes Federal Credit Union makes your life easier. For 60 years, Hughes has called Southern Arizona home and has given back to our community. Isn't that who you want as your financial partner?
Welcome to Greg Hansen's Video Notebook, brought to you by Hughes Federal Credit Union. I'm Star Sports Editor Ryan Finley, here with Greg Hansen. Greg, the Wildcats return home after a bye week here on Saturday. They take on Stanford. 3 months ago, you sit there and go, oh, Stanford could score 50. Stanford isn't Stanford somehow this year. It's going to be, I think, a very weird 8 p.m. late night start. It could devolve into an ugly game.
How many people do you think will be there?
35,000 people.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Is Stanford bad versus Arizona bad? Who do you pick?
Well, Stanford. I mean, and especially with the style that Stanford plays with, I mean, they're going to try to grind Arizona into the ground, I think. And to me, that's how you beat Arizona, just exploit the size difference. What do you think?
Stanford is last in the NCAA in total offense, 299 yards a game. Stanford. Of course, they're making a quarterback change. Who knows how much difference that'll make. My thing is, I think Arizona has 3 players who would start for even this Stanford team.
Okay.
3.
Okay. Who are they?
Demetrius Flanagan fouls at safety.
Okay.
Jason Alsadek on the offensive
Jacob
line.
Alsadek on the O-line, the guard. Okay.
And a quarterback, Brandon Dawkins.
Yeah, you know, that's a good point. Most years, Arizona with a quarterback controversy, probably you're looking at somebody who's not good enough to play somewhere else. This year, Stanford's been a little bit of a mess. Keller Christ now will get the start on Saturday. We may remember him, and we do remember him, from him leveling somebody while lead blocking last year up at Stanford. Big, strong kid, football family. I don't know. Interesting, though. He's gotten opportunities and really hasn't made the most of them.
You know, even Stanford's not immune to having a bad season,
no.
Which is amazing, as good as they've been. It was only 2006 when they went 1-11 and averaged 232 yards a game.
Wow. That's
2006.
Wild. And we all said goodbye to Buddy Tevens that year and brought on the Jim Harbaugh era?
It was actually Walt Harris.
Oh, Walt Harris, that's right.
They had fired back-to-back coaches, and then they morphed into the best program in the league.
How about this? Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah.
When was the last time you heard his name mentioned?
Opening night, and he wasn't very good.
And he wasn't very good. I mean, to me, it's boring to say their offense is struggling because Christian McCaffrey is struggling. It's not that simple. But gosh, he has not been, with the exception of some kick returns and punt returns, he's not been that player who we saw last year.
I watched quite a bit of his game, unfortunately, last week against Colorado, and he didn't have that burst.
Wow.
He's still elusive in a pile of bodies, but the burst wasn't there.
Right, and he's been hurt.
He's got to be hurt.
Right, he's got to be hurt. Yeah, to me, I mean, it's going to be really interesting to see. I mean, interesting in I'm not sure it's going to be a good game on Saturday, but I have no idea who's going to win.
I've thought all year Arizona, and it happens to every single team in the country every year, wins a game you don't think they're going to win.
Right.
This is probably going to be Arizona's.
Wow.
I think.
Wow.
Because if they don't win this week, it brings it basically down to the Oregon State game on the road.
Right, right. And Oregon State's been bad, but Arizona's been bad too.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, 8 p.m. kickoff at Arizona Stadium.
We'll all be unshaven like you by the end of the game.
Why do I shoot videos on the days when I don't shave? That'll do it for this episode of Greg Hansen's Video Notebook, brought to you by Hughes Federal Credit Union. For Greg Hansen, I'm sorry in advance for the deadline. It's going to suck. I'm Ryan Finley. We'll see you next time.